Does it smell?
It does not smell good. It's gross.
Is it poop?
What would you check?
I roll for Ron checking.
Hello and welcome back to ApocaPodcast. We are on our 8th and final episode of the Alpha test, where our brave adventurers have dived into a dangerous forest looking for the lost techno archeologist. If you are a new listener, I recommend you stop here and go back to episode 1 of the Alpha test to avoid spoiling our dramatic conclusion. In our last episode, our investigators entered the ancient ruin and started to unravel the mystery by hacking a computer terminal and observing some deleted security footage of a mysterious robotic stranger with a gold disc. After activating a device capable of fabricating material out of thin air, our adventurers decided to continue their investigation. Let's jump right back into the adventure.
Yeah, I have to know what is the fate of our robot. And by that I mean I want to scrub the rest of the video if his fate is in there.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, so we can jump back to the terminal. You guys can think about, what you want to print. And let's see. Okay. So what had happened is the doors started to close, stalled, and then opened back up again. That's when Larry, the cable guy, started shooting into the void and ran up into the north. Roughly 20 seconds after Jenkins left the facility, Larry left the facility. And roughly 8 seconds after Larry leaves the facility, the cloaked stranger emerges. He climbs up the ladder and steps out into the field, and you can see him recoil and kind of catch himself to prevent himself from falling back down the ladder. And then a splatter of oil stains the grass at the top where he was standing. He then proceeds to run north, leaving behind a trail of black liquid.
Interesting.
At that point, you start scrubbing through the video, and there are several hours of nothing. Just
gotcha.
Nothing. But eventually, like right at the very end, the cloaked figure returns, enters the facility, fiddles with the terminal, and then leaves. And then at that point, that's the end of the deleted footage. And you can keep going through the rest of it if you wanted, but there's just, again, more hours of, nature footage. It's just...
Gotcha.
Seems to be the end of interesting things.
Ron thinks about that and also has come up with an idea for the printer. So,
cool.
He would like to put in his pliers and put in some additions that will turn it effectively into a bit of a Swiss Army knife. It'll fold in the pliers, and you'll be able to pull out a blade.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we can do that. Cool. Yeah, so you can go through and I'll say you're looking through the different schematics, and you can find, the pliers that you have, and you can kind of be like, oh, that's interesting. But it's not really the pliers. It's more like an example.
Mm-hmm.
And it's oh, this is an electronic piece that you would use to build it, and this is another piece you would use to build it. And so you can kind of find oh, here's a thing, and here's the schematic, and if I put this thing in there, that looks like it should fit. And so you can print this augmented part, and then a handful of electronics that you may or may not understand what they do,
but if you follow the schematic, you think you can all put them together, and so you can put your pliers in the fabricator, and you can hit go, and it just seems to like assemble it for you and just kind of puts it all in there, and they're like, oh, that's nifty. But this is, again, probably going to be over the course of, a couple, maybe like 1 or 2 hours.
Right.
Because it's not like a solid block of material. It's more intricate. It's more technologically important.
Did you ask if we could make those little spider things?
No.
I want one of those.
They've all just been staring at you this entire time. Just like watching you. I'll say that they get very happy when you calibrate the fabricator. That they're like, yeah, this is a good time. They're kind of waiting for you guys to be done with it, I think.
Fair enough.
I don't care what I make, it just needs to make me money.
Let's see, what can we give Gray? You don't want night vision? That one's pretty good.
Yeah, just give me night vision and a bunch of batteries.
I mean, if you want a way to get you money, you can fabricate a translation guide for any and all languages to where you can threaten anyone, anywhere for money.
Can I fabricate a attack drone that will fixate only on Axel with my venomous poison that I have?
You mean Apex?
Just a kill bot.
I basically want that little seeker thing that's in Dune.
Yeah.
Yep.
Seeker.
Oh gosh. Let's see here. I'm gonna roll for it. We're gonna see what we
Don't
got.
turn Apex
Make it
into
look like-
is Lisana Gaib.
He can roll dice. It's not Galib.
Okay. So I'm going to say that they're actually, if you go through the fabricator stuff, there's actually a lot of missing data when it comes to weapons. Seems like it's been tampered with, but you actually do find a small drone that it can move loads and carry things, and you think you can kind of have it so that it fires like a dart. And so you have your own vial of your special serum. And so, yeah, you can go ahead and you can fabricate a little drone and program. I don't know how you'd program it. You'd have to, you can figure that out on the way back, I guess, how you can make it target Apex.
Because it's either that or making shoes that look normal but make me taller. So let's go with the drone.
I will give you both. You can get yourself some platform heels. Some nice boogie-woogie platform heels. And,
made of diamonds.
I'll say that you put in like some kind of facial recognition, so this drone knows who you are. And it knows that you're like the master. And let's put like a solar panel on it. How about that?
I'm going to put my face in there as well.
There you go. Drones for everybody.
No, I just don't want to be an accidental death.
Just not me.
That's good.
We're all...
Killing closest target. No!
There we go.
I'm in.
Okay, cool. All right, and so that goes ahead, and that's going to print. And again, that's going to take a while. So this is basically... You've spent your whole day exploring this rune.
So we just stand here as old man Larry is possibly dying somewhere.
He might be dead. Anyhow, let's build stuff.
So I'll let you guys do like parallel, like if you guys want, like it'll give you a build time and you can be like, okay, let's go do something in these next 2 hours and then come back. And
like
if
sleep?
that's something you wanted to do.
Do we need to sleep at all?
You're probably pretty tired.
Yeah. I'm just thinking at least resting.
Yeah.
I'd like to print a pillow.
Well, I mean, this nerd stuff's up to you guys.
I mean, if we're doing this, if we're printing things, I just want whatever the hardest material I can find and replace my my hatchet or whatever. I have a hatchet or a hatchet.
Yeah.
We'll say it's a big hatchet.
Okay.
2-handed hatchet.
Sounds good. I'll say it does like 3 damage. Just making up numbers here. We'll figure that out later. And we'll make it. Do you want it to be like a battle axe or a hatchet?
No, I don't want it something too burdensome.
Okay.
I just want something that I can rely on. It's not going to break.
Yeah.
Use it to pry, smash things.
Cool. All right. So we'll put those in like a queue. How about that?
We'll get those ordered.
And it'll just like go through and it'll print them sequentially. And so you can go ahead, you can take like 30 minutes to like set up like, oh, this is what I want, set up your wish list, and then it'll run for a couple hours. And so that way you're not just sitting around like while Jenkins or Larry bleeds out somewhere.
All right. Let's find Larry.
Should you wish to go find him, because you found this magical rune that just prints things. So like, you even need to go back?
Yeah, I mean, basically mission accomplished. We could just live here and print stuff.
I'm assuming this is kind of like the genie, and you can't print more printing machines.
No, I don't think there's... You can probably print parts.
I would like an infinite power source.
Yeah. So that is peculiar. You don't really know how this is collecting energy right now. Like you can go through and you can see there are energy levels, but it doesn't, like, you're like, I don't know where this comes from.
What we don't know is that every time we turn this thing on, another year is added to the apocalypse.
Nice.
Can I convince one of the robots to come with us?
They don't really want to leave. They're very happy. You could probably do what Gray did and try and print your own robot.
That's okay.
But the ones that are there, they're getting tired of you. They appreciate your help, but they're like, no. They actually, once you guys get your stuff in the queue, they kind of like push you away from the terminal, and then you see them poking at things, and the queue just fills. There's just like part after part after part that you don't know what it is. But you get the feeling that they wanted to repair things, and they couldn't.
Are we not opening the vault?
I don't think there's nothing in it. Well, I don't think there is.
That's not where Larry is. I would, let's find him first. And maybe he can tell us.
Yeah, I'm thinking let's go up. Let's go up first.
Fine.
I mean, you can stay behind and push buttons, but I'm going up the ladder.
Okay. Up the ladder we go.
No one's printing gloves to get better grip on this ladder.
Everyone roll me a body check. No, I'm not going to do that.
Fall off the ladder.
Ah!
I want to slide up it.
Yeah, so you climb up, you're outside, and yeah.
So we have to go southwest to follow him?
I thought it was north.
Oh, no, he's north.
I'm confused. Well, I'm confused because, yeah, Larry went straight north, right? But the robot went north and then southwest?
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess north it is?
North.
It's going to perfectly straight line.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Maybe we should have printed a camera drone.
That'd have been too easy.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's all right. Let's keep going.
Okay. So there is the trail of black gloopy splotches on the ground. And so if you started to, follow those in the direction north, you can see that these splotches kind of take you to the edge of the clearing. And as you, follow them through the woods, they start to become smaller and smaller and a little bit harder to follow. And so why don't you all make me like a know-how nature check to see if you can kind of like work your way through.
Four?
4.
Cool.
4 for me as well.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Wow. All right, yeah. So you all working together as a team, you can follow and work your way through, and right when you kind of get to the end of the trail, you push through some bushes, and you are met with a large pool of more of like a brown liquid in the middle of, it's not a clearing anymore, but you kind of pass through bushes and you're surrounded by a little bit larger trees. You kind of work your way. You were on the island, you were in the center, and you're kind of working your way towards the northern edge. And so you're kind of near the edge where the other side of the river would be, but not quite. And so the trees are larger, and it's giving you a little bit more space. And so you still see splotches of this black liquid, but then there's like this pool of like a brown liquid kind of sitting in the middle in between a couple trees.
Does it smell?
It does not smell good. It's gross.
Is it poop?
What would you check?
I roll for Ron checking.
That's savvy. And
we take the dice out to roll to see who has to touch it.
My spider stick's gone. Darn it. If only I could find another stick in this forest. Okay, well, I'll just get... Okay, all right, I want to get close enough to see if it looks like fecal matter.
Yeah, so you approach this pool of thick liquid, and I'll say that there's probably like a stick somewhere you can... I mean, there was a bush you pushed through, so you could probably snap off a limb if you wanted and kind of scoop through it. And it seems to kind of be separated. It's like two liquids, and you come to the conclusion that this is actually a mixture of blood and oil. But it's kind of like a coagulated, weird, unhealthy looking kind of blood.
so it would be fecal matter after Taco Bell, is what you're saying. There we go. I had to say it. That said, back to seriousness. John, do you relay that to us?
Sure. Looks like it's just blood and oil mixed together, I guess.
So
should we keep looking for Larry?
yeah, he's now. I told you he doesn't bleed oil. He bleeds blood.
It would seem that he bleeds a little bit of both.
Is it? How does that work? They don't mix.
You would think I would know this. I'm just gonna look around, I guess, for anything.
Yeah.
So, two things. Anything obvious, like broken or displaced things on the ground, like is he dragging a foot and moving things, and then points of interest that I would think somebody would go to for shelter, or if they're trying to, I don't know, like a tall rock or a cave or something like that.
Mm-hmm. So you look around and you look back where you came from, and you see that now that you've kind of followed the path, you can see that it looks like someone has been rushing through the brush and kind of knocking and breaking limbs as they rush through. And you can kind of like tell that there's like a path. And then you turn back and you look in the direction that path was going, and the forest kind of opens up again. We're kind of at the edge of the island a little bit, and far off in the distance you can probably see the river, but there's still some smaller brush in the way, but you don't seem to notice that same like tunneling of someone barreling through brush over in that direction. And then you look to the left and to the right, and it's just seems to be more island. It's maybe like some hills. It might slope upward a little bit, but it's not like a huge hill. Like before, you were going through lots of hills and valleys. And if you look at the area itself, it does appear maybe there's like a wider area of broken brush in this vicinity. Perhaps maybe there was a scuffle.
Are we in the trees?
So you are towards the edge of the forest. You're still in forest now, right? Before you were in a clearing, now you're in forest, and so there are larger trees on either all around you.
I would think we're still paranoid of spiders. So we look up? Anything?
You look up, and you do see a large sack.
Son of a gun.
Filled with reds and blacks and suspended almost center between a set of trees over this pool that was sitting in the middle of this area. And you can watch, now that you're aware of it, you can watch it drip.
Guys.
Little drips into this pile.
Guys.
Yes.
Look up. Look up.
You look up. Oh.
Well, this probably isn't good. Is there a rope? Can we cut it down?
Can we tell if it's spiders?
You're certain that this is the same webbing or the same style of webbing that you saw before.
So do we think this is air bubble? Or the little stupid black ones?
We probably need to get it down to confirm one way or another.
Alright. I'm gonna try to climb a tree to cut it down.
While he does that, Barbaron will keep on high alert for any spiders.
Yeah. Okay. Ron, well, I guess everybody can give me an insight check to keep their eyes out.
Oof. 0.
2.
Barbaron is having none of it. 7.
Whoa!
Ron is very attentive.
Like he got the night vision, but it's just a crown every direction.
Nice. Okay, yeah, so Gray climbs up and he's got his daggers, and these trees are smaller than the mighty trees in the deeper forest, and you can climb them pretty easily and start hacking away at these strands. And then after you cut enough of them, it just kind of swings and then falls to the ground.
Alright, we gotta cut it open. See if he's alive. Ron's still looking out for us, right?
Yeah. You want to toss me one of your knives? I'll cut it open.
I'll give you one. I got one. We'll start from the top and the bottom. Meet in the middle.
Sure.
It's like a bowl of spaghetti.
All right.
Let's do
when
it.
the moon hits your eyes like I'm being pizza pie. Yeah, so you start cutting this sack open from the top, and it's this putrid smell just kind of hits you. You start cutting it open, and it's a combination of liquid and bones and metal parts start pouring out, and what you end up seeing is this kind of big mess, but there is kind of like a structure. Think about the original Terminator. There's kind of that metal frame, but it's like arms and a leg and part of a torso connected by wires and cables, and there's just half of a head. You have like the forehead and that red eye, down to the side of a face. So that top half, the crown of the head, is intact, but the rest of it is digested away by the spider venom, spider digestive. And then as this pool of gunk pours out of the sack, you see it take with it a number of things, one of which is a pocket watch.
Which we need.
Ron, would you like to check for a pulse, maybe?
No. I'm good.
Good
Thanks.
gods of the Sandhills, what happened to this guy?
Everything you're afraid of, Gray. Everything you're afraid of. Both of you. Clearly, I look at the pocket watch and it's like, this is Larry.
Well,
He,
guess there wasn't a high chance of survival anyways. At least we got some closure.
what a horrible way to go.
Is there anything salvageable on him?
Most of the metal appears to be intact. There does not appear to be much of a human part left.
Yeah.
There's probably some technology.
Like grab his head and go kind of thing.
Yeah.
Actually, Ron might grab an arm.
See?
A metal arm.
There are 2 cybernetic arms and a cybernetic leg.
Ron will pick up an arm.
It's all covered in liquid human.
he'll like put it.
It'll wash off.
He'll put a blanket over it to help minimize the mess.
Oh gosh. You're gonna regret that when we go to bed.
I don't think I'll sleep.
Yeah, if I can't take the whole head, I'll take just the eye.
I mean, you could take the whole head.
I want the head.
I mean, you could take either. That's your choice. The head and the arms and the legs were all connected via cables to kind of like a metallic spine. And the cables did not survive nearly as well as the augments did. Mm-hmm. And so if you kind of lift the head up, it will detach from this cybernetic spine, and you can throw that in your bag.
It fits in my quantum bag.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you should, at this point, we're keeping track of inventory again and make sure you just have a spot for it. And
oh, I'm sure I do. I don't have anything.
yeah, you didn't buy a whole lot.
If it's all right with you guys, I'd like to say a couple of words out of respect.
Ugh.
I just kind of give him a side eye, like, okay.
No, this is important. You know, poor Larry. Larry the cabled guy. You were old and cybernetic. May the fusion of technology and organic material serve as template for generations to follow. But may they never follow you and how you died, because that was absolutely terrible. That's it.
That was really moving. Thank you for those words.
You're welcome.
Obvious sarcasm.
The sarcasm not taken. Not gone.
I'll drink to that.
We did get the pocket watch, right?
I would assume Barbaron stole it because he's stealing everything.
You guys are just taking limbs and we forget the watch.
Obviously, I got the watch.
Just making sure. You can't make assumptions.
Yeah, and is there anything else we need to keep an eye out for? Can we tell if there's does Ron still have his amazing perception?
Yeah. Ron feels anxious.
Yeah, I think we should get moving.
He doesn't see anything, but with a 7, he's in the situation that's happening. He's very uncomfortable right now.
Guys, my spider senses are tingling.
Well, I don't want to meet those freaks again. Let's go.
I think if anyone has spider senses, it should be me with 2 gaping wounds in my back still.
You would think.
You're fine.
Oh yeah, that hasn't been treated yet.
It's like when you've been struck by lightning, you know when it's coming again.
Do you want to treat your wound?
No, we need to go.
Yeah. It hurts, but I was going to have him look at it right after the bridge and just forgot. I don't know how to retroactively fix that now.
I mean, we can, if you want to just make the roll, we could say that happened. It's not going to end
I
the
was
world.
hopped up on insight juice. So.
Okay. I mean, if that's the case, Barbara Ron will try to treat him. And so for to heal him up, what do I need to roll?
That's a good question. So healing is probably know-how nature, and you have your special pliers.
Yep.
If you wanted to add any bonus to that.
Yep, I will.
And the basic rule is that you need to roll higher than the wound. So
Okay.
you took, what was it, 4 damage.
It's a bruise, so that's 3 or 4. I don't remember what the exact damage was.
That's fine. And so if you roll 3 or higher, then that will downgrade from bruise to a fatigue and basically go away because it takes 15 minutes. A fatigue wound heals on its own.
All right.
If that made any sense at all.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
So I will add a special roll to it just to make sure that he's okay. And with that, I go, trust me. And I pull out the pliers and I'm just like making them as sharp as possible for a bruise. I know exactly what I'm doing. Just bend over this way. And oh dear. Yep, that's why I did that. This is the Barber Ron special.
Are you just bloodletting me?
So I rolled know-how specialty medicine with the extra d6 for the boon, and so that was a 4. No, a 5.
Perfect. Yeah, so that wound downgrades, and in 15 minutes it'll just go away. And so you can just erase it, I'm sure.
Nice.
I'm sure nothing will happen in the next 15 minutes.
There, right as rain. Your wounds look like they don't look better, but they might feel better.
Terrific.
If you ever need any dentistry, just let me know.
So back to the dome. Lost most of my teeth quite a while ago.
You should have come to me sooner.
I have some in my bag. Larry had some.
I mean, I took an arm, so I can't judge. Alrighty, all healed up.
Back to the dome.
Yeah.
Robo dome.
Yes.
Back to the dome.
Okay, so you head back to the dome, head inside and wait for your prince.
Waiting for my prince.
There's no chance that the robot could come back, right? We're safe. It's fine.
We're either gonna die by robot or spider, so...
We could always just open what's in the vault and die from that.
That's true. It might be a safe sleeping place.
It's probably a mimic.
Or just
It's
a wall
just
of lava.
a giant mimic. It's not even a vault.
Just a mouth.
That actually would be great.
I can get my Chris knife.
Oh, I don't want to make any decisions.
I don't like open spaces, so let's corner ourselves in a pit. It seems smart.
I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna kick that slug thing over so that it can run away finally.
Yes,
Yeah, 'cause
it's a scub.
It's still upside down, so
Yep.
I finally feel bad enough.
Could use it as a pillow.
It squeaks a little bit when you kick it, and then it scurries away as fast as it can, which is depressingly slow.
It's like a tardigrade.
It's 100% looks like a tardigrade. That is exactly what it was modeled on.
Nice.
Am I gonna look that up?
The water bears.
Oh gosh, yeah.
All right, so on the way back towards the facility, Barber Ron gets a very uncomfortable feeling based on his 7. Whatever anxiety was there is like through the roof right now.
Awesome.
He hears something, but it's not audible. It's like, it's that low sound that's like just outside your range, and it's more like you feel it. And it's just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Is this what elephants feel like?
Is there a way to shut
You want to warn us? Yeah.
shut the door?
You're not at the facility yet. You're on your way back.
Oh no.
Are we running as fast as we can?
Barber Ron, yeah. At this point, he just kind of looks at the group. He's like, we need to hurry.
Run like the wind.
Ron says run.
Yeah. All right. So you all start running back to the facility.
Did we ever figure out how to close the door?
You did not.
Okay. Are we planning on spending the night down here? I don't remember.
I would think so.
Yeah, if the robots will let us.
They have closed the door on you.
Oh,
Nice.
But they were nice enough to take your prints and put them outside.
oh, thank you.
So you come back, and they're in a cute little pile with like a ring of like grass around them. But the door is locked, and you can't get in.
That's hilarious. Really good luck.
Go ahead and everyone make me another insight check.
I don't want to. Oh, yeah. This is going to be good.
3.
7 again.
6.
What? How?
Same roll.
What do you have? +2, and then you're rolling
A 6 and a 1.
a 1 and
Yeah.
a 6? Wow, jeez. That's a good roll.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I did the same thing, but I only have a 1.
So, as you guys are there, you're you're just spinning around like what's going on right now. So everybody notices that there are humanoid creatures hiding in the bushes on the outside perimeter of the clearing. But you don't get the feeling that that's where your anxiety is coming from. And Barbara Ron, with another 7, you feel that this rumble, this low sound is getting louder and closer. And you look up into the trees, and you see that there are a number of spiders also above the humanoid creatures. And as you guys stand there in the clearing and the sun is starting to go down, it feels to Ron like the spiders are stalking the humanoid creatures, almost. But again, this is not where your anxiety is coming from.
There's so many wrong things, but I don't think that's what I'm feeling off about.
This is gonna turn into the battle of the 5 armies. And we're Bilbo in the middle.
Eric, I would just like to note that we have to go to sleep after this.
So, do you guys do anything with this information?
I'd like to dig a hole and put my camo cloak over me.
Ron, kind of. How close are the humanoid creatures?
I think the clearing was, 250 feet?
Yeah.
In a radius? So, I'll say you're at the facility.
I mean, I probably see them as well, right? Because I got a 6.
Everybody saw them.
I'm just going to yell, "Spiders!"
Don't attract the spiders.
The humanoid creatures suddenly start to panic and look up into the trees, and the spiders, now having realized that they've been noticed, descend upon them, and the humanoids start running out of the forest, and it is grease monkeys.
Of course.
Dang, grease monkeys.
You see a bunch of leather jacket wearing apes and chimpanzees running out, and one particular is wrestling with a large spider and kicks it away from him. And this particular individual, you see his black leather jacket has this deep burnt scar across the back, and he has a tire mark across his face.
Tire mark.
Who ran him over?
It says, "The dang dirty apes found us. Get them, boys."
I think that was it me when I...
So I think Ron shot him with a laser, and then Gray jumped and landed on him with his motorcycle coming out of a ditch, and that's how they took out the leader.
Okay,
That might be it. That was a sick move.
And so the grease monkeys are more or less concerned. There's probably about 24 of them, and 24 spiders. And they seem to be mostly preoccupied with the spiders right now. So it's your move.
I would like to also dig a hole and hide with John.
I think it's
Yeah,
time
I
to
think we
go.
need to get out of here. We gotta go.
Yeah,
We gotta run.
So you all start booking it out of the forest, and Ron's anxiety is through the roof, and now everyone starts to feel and notice this low, weird rumble, but it's also high-pitched, and you turn to look behind you, and you see this sea of white. The sea of white is coming from the north where you were, and it's overflowing over the openings and over the buildings, and you realize that they are all tiny baby spiders.
God. I hate you.
And there are thousands of them. Thousands of tiny baby spiders all flooding over. And the grease monkeys realize this too. And everyone starts fleeing for their lives away from this sea of spiders. And so I'm going to need everybody to make a body roll for me as we go back into a chase scene.
Jesus help me.
Oh, this is bad.
Fudge.
Negative
-1.
Body.
3.
Nice. All right, and so in a strange turn of events, Gray takes the lead, and he starts booking it. While Barber, Ron, and Scrapper John fall a little bit behind, but they still have a pretty decent lead against these spiders.
It's okay. Spiders, they're gonna... Barber Ron's just thinking of medical facts and what the spiders do, and he's just like, they're gonna track us down, they're gonna bite us, and they can't control their venom, and they're gonna burrow into us, and they're gonna just pop out of our mouths, and
Shut up!
I have a real question. We know that I'm little, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Can I fit in my quantum bag?
You fit in your bag. I would assume your bag is proportional to your body.
Dang it.
So I don't know if you could totally fit into it. And it's only quantum in the sense of the quantum purchases. It's not an actual quantum bag. Although we probably could have printed
one. It's a
one.
quantum bag. It's receive only.
All right. Running.
So everyone is booking it away from the ruin towards the river where you guys had come. You are approaching the river, where again you are forced with the decision between the bridge.
Not even a question. Swim.
All right. Dives into
John,
the water.
pick your phobia.
Yeah.
And honestly, after this, if you're afraid of spiders, I will commend you for picking one that makes sense.
Actually, I have a phobia of making decisions too. But only while under pressure.
Well, I'm already diving. I'm not even thinking twice.
No, I think in this situation, necessity would drive me, and I'm just gonna attempt flailing through the water.
All right. I think that's all reasonable. So I'm gonna get another body roll from everybody.
Body.
And you guys let me know if you want to do anything more interesting than just roll for how fast you can run.
Yes, 4.
4.
2.
2. All right, cool. Ron, what did you get?
4.
4. Okay, cool. And so Scrapper John and Barber Ron catch up a little bit to Gray. Gray loses a little bit of a lead in the water, but he's still doing pretty well.
Because I'm trying to kick really high, just in case there's a spider underwater.
Yeah.
I was just thinking it was your stubby limbs.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Awesome. Okay, and so everybody makes it out on shore basically the same time, and starts running through the forest. And so I'm going to want insight checks from everybody as you run through the forest.
Okay, not a 7. Not a 7.
Oh, that's so bad.
Insight? 1.
Yes. All right.
4 again.
-2.
You're so freaked out from the water that you don't notice anything.
Yeah. I do have my spider stick, though. Just kidding.
Oh, gosh. 4. Okay, so Ron, you notice that running along the bridge in a surprisingly fast fashion is Jenkins.
What are you doing here?
They kidnapped me. They made me show you where you are.
What? Well, we're going back together. Come on.
Well, I'm not going to argue with you on that. Let's go. And so Jenkins is on the bridge, but he's a little bit slower than you guys. And so if Jenkins is going to make it, he might need someone to help him. Just going to put that out there.
I have a question.
Yes.
How dry is this forest?
Do it.
No.
It's fall. It's got some crispy leaves.
Do it.
So, is anyone going to help Jenkins?
I'll try to help Jenkins.
No.
Okay. Well, I guess. Yeah, I'm just gonna let Ron go help Jenkins, and I'm going to try and start a fire.
Okay. Yeah. How are you going to do it?
I'm just gonna assume I have something simple in my backpack, flint or something.
Okay.
Maybe some what's that metal that burns? Not white phosphorus, the magnesium. Maybe something like that.
Okay. Yeah, make me a knowledge nature, I guess.
Knowledge. Oh, knowledge is 3. Oh, 7.
Yeah. You're got your metals and you're well prepared outdoorsmen. And so you, how are you starting fires? There's leaves everywhere. There's trees everywhere. Is there anything in particular? You've just kind of come out of the river.
Yeah, I guess I'm just looking for the biggest batch of dry biomass I can find.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a big dead tree and a big pile of pine needles and leaves, I'm just going to shove it all up against the tree.
Okay. Yeah, cool. So you go ahead and you do that. Luckily, you're not too far behind everybody, but that is going to cost you a little bit of time to do. And so the spiders are catching up. You can see them on the other side of the river. They're not quite at the bridge yet. All these little white spiders and big spiders all flooding towards you. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to get another body roll if everybody's going to keep running. And Ron is going to take a -1 because he is helping Jenkins. But as long as you're helping him, he's going to keep pace with you.
All right, then that is a 0.
Same.
0. Okay.
Am I rolling one, or am I still doing the fire?
No, you can roll that. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. 5 and 5, and that was body. You said.
Yes.
So 2.
2. Okay. Yep. That's everybody who kind of. Everybody's running really well, but they're not quite running faster than the spiders at this point. But what you also notice is that running with you are some grease monkeys. And what you see is, if you look back over your shoulder, one of the grease monkeys trips on the bridge. And this flood of baby spiders pours over him. And it seems to amass on him and slow down the wave as a whole, as they seem to stop and focus on their freshly acquired meal. And looking ahead of you, not that far ahead, are a number of other grease monkeys that are trying to flee, just as a thought.
In front of us?
Yes, you are gaining on them. They are not very fast.
Yeah, I would like to trip them.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Oh, get ready. 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 2, 6.
Okay. Yeah. How do you knock one of these guys down?
I just smack one of their heels into their other heel. You know that move that everybody does in middle school? And that's it. It was enough to make him kind of spin and fall down.
You just topple him over, he trips and he tumbles.
Yep.
Awesome. Anybody else want to do anything?
Yes. I have my crossbow loaded, and he's just on the ground, helpless.
Yes.
Okay, so point blank, I would like to shoot him in the leg.
All right, make an attack roll.
Just as you run by, thump.
I want to make sure he doesn't get back up. Oh man, -2. Oh man, -2.
Oh,
My hands are wet. Didn't have time to drive off the fire.
You run up and you just happen to miss him. He's gonna remember that though.
Ron does have a handgun. You could probably fire one-handed to maybe give it a try.
Yeah, go for it.
-2.
Oh, panic. Just complete panic.
Just running and flailing and yeah, it's.
This has actually turned into a slapstick.
Oh gosh. Okay. So his two friends didn't really like that, and so they're gonna try and trip you guys. And so let's see, who do we have? Ron and Gray
Mutually assured destruction.
are in the lead.
It's just-
And so they're gonna try and tackle you guys to the ground. So go ahead and make defense rolls for me.
Sorry, who is rolling defense rolls?
Gray and Ron.
Right. Oh, okay.
Ooh. 1, 2, 3.
All right. So he tries to throw himself in a flying tackle at you, and you just duck under him, and he tumbles to the ground, and he like plows his head into a tree and just knocks himself out.
You know how I said I'd roll because I'm rolling really well at the beginning that it would come back to bite me? -4.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And so this grease monkey tackles you, and now you are wrestling on the ground. And he's gonna try and just like kick himself away, and he just tackles you, and then he's gonna try and book it. And so if you want to grab him or do anything, I'll give you a chance to do that. And then after, I'm gonna have everybody roll body just to see how fast they're moving.
What do you need me to roll?
If you wanted to like grab his ankle, you'd make an attack roll. But if you want to ignore him, we're all just going to make a body roll.
That's another -3.
Okay. Yeah. No. He leaves you in the dust. Jenkins like grabs like a stick and like tosses it at him, and it just like flails like 2 feet in front of him because it has no momentum. And Jenkins will grab you and try and pull you up by your feet, and he's going to try and help you up. And so everybody makes a body roll, but Jenkins is helping you this time, so you don't have any penalty, Ron.
Oh, good.
Oh, finally.
I know.
Positive.
Oh, 5. Body? 5, 7.
All right.
That is a
I heard
0.
7, 0. Ooh. And then what was John's?
4. Oh, wait. 3. Yeah, 5.
5. Perfect. Okay. And so the grease monkey that had tackled Ron is running ahead, and he's actually now in line with John right now. And so you guys are running parallel to each other. And way back, right before this giant swell of spiders, there's one of the grease monkeys that you guys had tripped earlier, and he's just running as fast as he can, and they're just like at his heels. And in front of you, maybe 50 feet, drops one of the large spiders. Way up ahead, and so the closest person to that would be Gray. So Gray has a spider next to him. John has a grease monkey next to him, and behind Ron is a grease monkey that is very close to being consumed by a swarm.
Okay.
And so I'll let you guys take one of any kind of action.
Where's Jenkins?
Jenkins is with Ron. And Ron is in the back.
Still.
He's closer to the swarm, and the swarm's getting pretty close to him.
Gotcha. I'm going to actually go back, try and get Jenkins' other arm to see if we can get him going faster.
Okay, sure.
And I'll attack the big spider with my poison dagger. I'm using one of them.
Do it.
1. What am I rolling? Attack first?
Yeah, make an attack first. See if you hit it.
2. 2, so 4.
Okay, you hit it.
Okay.
And you want to use your poison?
Yeah.
And so just roll a d6, and we'll add 1 to that. Yes! A 6!
Actually, a 9 is
It's
upside
a
down.
That's a 9.
Are you rolling a d10?
Yes. Oh, these are better than electric.
Oh, are those the metal
Yeah.
ones? Is that? Oh, okay.
So you one-shot this spider.
Suck it, spider.
Nice.
How do you take it out?
I slide under it, and as I'm sliding, I'm slicing it open like Shelob.
Nice. So you slice that spider open. Anybody else want to do something?
Ron is going to try to shoot at the guy falling behind so that he can get consumed.
Okay, take a shot.
Good idea. Come on.
Better. Okay, that's a 3.
Perfect. You shoot this guy, pop him in the kneecap. He tumbles to the ground, and he was just far enough ahead of the spiders that takes him out of the fight, and he tumbles down and gets consumed by this wave of spiders. And they slow down, and you gain just a little bit of ground just to get a little bit more distance between them. And now, almost close enough that you can touch is that grease monkey that tackled you. But he's still ahead of you right now. And so, John, if you want to do anything.
I went to go back and help them.
Yes.
Jenkins and Ron. So I don't know if I'm with them now.
Yes, so you're with them now, and the 3 of you are together just behind the grease monkey that tackled Ron.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't have time to reload my crossbow, so all I can do is kind of run.
Okay, cool. Everybody runs. There was another grease monkey that had fallen. He gets consumed, and so the spider wave is a little bit slowed down. It's got enough. It's in this like feasting frenzy. And so everybody kind of moves ahead. Gray has a significant lead on everybody. And now you are next to running parallel with one grease monkey. And if you look back over your shoulder, you see the fire that John started is starting to spread across the forest. And it's the baby spiders have passed it, but it was so long and so deep that the flames have kind of cut the swarm in 2. And so there's this smaller swarm that is now chasing you as opposed to the entire thing. And you hear the squealing and popping as they kind of like boil and explode.
Yes.
And so you are everybody except for Gray is in line with another grease monkey. So everyone can make a body roll for me and then tell me if you want to do something.
0 again.
2.
Oh. 3.
The 3 zeros in a row.
Yep.
That's like 5 zeros or negatives in a row. Ugh.
Okay, so the swarm gains on everybody except Gray. But you guys still have a pretty good lead, and the grease monkey is very upset that he's lost his lead, and so he's going to take a shot at Jenkins. And he actually misses. And I'm going to say the old man actually kicks him in the knee when he misses, and so he tumbles down and falls behind you guys just a tiny bit. And he goes, "Take that, you sucker!" Cool. And at this point, I think the flames have kind of consumed enough of the forest that the spiders... There's just a small swarm that kind of descends on that one grease monkey that has fallen, and you guys can just kind of book it off into the night back to your motorcycles. Congratulations.
I didn't think Barbara Ron was going to make it.
I didn't think Barbara Ron was going to make it.
That was close.
I was kind of wondering if none of us were going to make it.
I didn't think we were.
Just consume all of us.
So close.
Well, Jenkins, I found this. I hand him the pocket watch.
Jenkins will stare at it very somberly, almost kind of in a state of relief. I think he kind of expected that Larry was gone, but he has a good sense of peace now that he knows what has happened. And so he'll thank you.
As far as I can tell, he died quickly and painlessly.
And then I opened my bag and I hand Jenkins' head.
No. Put it back.
And I found this for you. Thinking I'm doing something really nice. It's just half of his head.
Jenkins will his eyes go wide, like he saw the swarm of spiders and he was like scared, and then he sees this and he's just totally pale, and he just reaches out his hands and it cups it, and I assume you just kind of drop it in his hands, and the heft of it just drops, and he just holds it and just stares at it in silence. And I'm gonna have everybody make one more insight check for me.
2.
5.
1.
John notices that the red eye is blinking.
Is that his brain? Oh, is that supposed to be blinking still?
I don't know. I've never seen him disassembled like this before. But I am a little surprised that it shows any indication of being active. And he just kind of rolls it over in his hands, and there's like there's a couple loose wires and things that he just kind of clears gunk out of, and he's like, I don't know. I'll bring this back to the guild, and maybe they can tell us a little bit more about it. Thank you. Thank you for bringing this back to me. And he'll put it into a satchel.
I didn't expect that to go well.
Yeah. And so at that point, I think Jenkins probably doesn't have a whole lot to say. He's chased by spiders, kidnapped by grease monkeys, holding his friend's dead, possibly alive head in his hands. And so he will probably walk back in silence, and you guys can make it back to your motorcycles, ride back into town, and then Jenkins will take the head back to the Techno Archeologist Guild and try and see if maybe, possibly, there's some remnant of Larry left in this device. Congratulations.
Yay!
Do we get paid for this?
Yes. So long story short, there was a payment for completing the mission, and so when you guys get back, you will get paid a significant amount based on Jenkins' recounting of the encounter and the things that happened, and going above and beyond when it comes to surviving the wilderness to help save a fellow friend. And yeah, congratulations, guys. Everybody made it.
Huzzah!
Awesome. Thank you.
Good fire.
Yeah.
It was fun.
So I cut that last chase just a little bit short because of the fire. I was like, that was a good decision.
Mm.
The one thing I've noticed with this system is the chases are probably a little less dynamic than I would like, because it's like body roll, body roll, body roll, know-how roll, know-how roll, know-how roll. And so I tried to diversify it a little bit with attack rolls and defense rolls and letting you guys speak into it. But it's hard in the audio format to get that creativity. And so I'm trying to reward the things that add a little bit more drama to the story. And that was good, because I think I tried to keep count. There's a lot to keep track of, but that was round 6, and I think I had 12 planned.
Oh.
And you guys were... I'll just show you. This is how I keep track of the chases. I just have this number line. And so the spiders were here at like -4. And right at one point, I think Ron and Jenkins were at like -3. And so if they had failed one more time, they would have fallen back into the swarm. And I had a whole set of rules for like how you take like damage over time as they attack you and things like that. But yeah, good job. Okay, listener. This was the final episode of our alpha test, and I am so excited that you came on this journey with us. I have learned so much about the ABC game engine, and I've had a huge blast playing with these incredible role players. If you enjoyed this campaign, please rate us on Apple Podcasts because it increases our visibility and helps new listeners find us. In addition, if you want to run this adventure with your friends, you can find the whole module for free on our Patreon page, along with a free cheat sheet for the rules. Just go to patreon.com/easyasabc. That's patreon.com/easyasabc. No spaces, no underscores. I tried to make this as easy as possible for you guys. One might say I made it as easy as the ABC game engine, huh? Am I right? No? Nobody? Okay, sorry, that was awkward. Please forgive me. In the near future, I will put out a podcast announcement describing what is coming next on ApocaPodcast. So if you want to stay up to date, then make sure you are subscribed to ApocaPodcast on your podcast player. Personally, I use PocketCast because it can automatically download my subscribed podcasts for me when I'm on Wi-Fi, because I'm one of those old farts that doesn't have unlimited data. We also put out new episode announcements on X, formerly known as Twitter, and have a presence on Instagram and TikTok. Just search for the ABC GM. I can't make any promises to the quality of our TikToks. However, Jeremy is going to do some nice map updates for us, and we're going to put those maps out on Instagram. Finally, Kyle, Justin, Jeremy, I want to express my sincere thanks for the three of you taking time out of your busy lives to spend a couple of hours with me every month. It's something I absolutely look forward to, and I love re-listening to these episodes to hear all the dad jokes and laughter and joy that we've shared together. It has been a fantastic ride, so thank you guys so much. I also want to extend a special thanks to my wife and my players' wives for sacrificing time away from their spouses and taking care of crazy kids and cats while us menfolk sit on our butts giggling to ourselves about the stupid puns we make during the podcast. And with that, thank you so much for listening. This is the ABC GM signing off. I'll see you next time.